about going slow this morning, Ewan, as we cook slow food. Now, slow food is all about making food with love, with care, and of course from scratch. And we're taking out all of the over-processed products and the convenience. And we've invited Angie Boyd in studio this morning, who's going to be making us a homemade pecan tart from scratch. Good morning, Angie. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I'm loving this movement that is the slow food movement, because I think sometimes you really have to just take time, you know, to really savor things, and we're savoring the cooking process this morning. And of course, food cooked slower often tastes better.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
For me, it's not necessarily about how fast the food is cooked, but sitting down, enjoying it with friends and family.
Absolutely. So take us through our ingredients list this morning.
What we're going to do is we're going to make some short pastry first.
All right.
So we have some butter, icing sugar and flour, and then some egg yolks. There's no actual liquid in this pastry, so it doesn't shrink as much, which is great. So first we just mix the butter and the icing sugar together.
Nice.
And once that's come together, sometimes takes a little while, which is why it's called slow food.
Just holler.
Then we mix that in. We add the flour.
All right, some flour goes in there.
This can also be done in the food processor, which is fantastic because it's a whole lot easier and a whole lot cleaner.
Which, I mean, we're not saying don't use the food processor, you know. We're just saying
We're just showing you they can be done by hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once that's sort of come together, the idea would be it'll need to be nice and smooth.
Yes.
Then we just add the egg yolks,
Okay, lovely.
bring it together into a dough, which will look like this.
Which will look like that.
Pop it into some cling film, into the fridge to chill.
Okay, for
so
how
that about half an hour will do. And then once it's just a little bit chilled and firm, then it's actually really easy just to press the pastry into your little tins.
One of these little tins here.
Absolutely, because they're so small, you don't even need to roll it out.
Yeah,
you can just press it in.
Okay.
Press it in, and then we get on to making our filling.
Wonderful. I'll swap sides with you over here.
So, in a pot, we've got some butter and some golden syrup.
Ooh, this is the fun part. This is where things get all yummy and gooey and...
And what we're doing is we're just melting that down.
Okay.
While that's melting and warming through, we just mix up our eggs.
I love how seamlessly you go from one thing to another. It's really, really beautiful.
Nice free-range eggs would be good. We add some brown sugar.
Some Selati sugar over there.
Some Selati soft brown sugar, the golden brown sugar.
And of course that golden brown sugar gives that really amazing taste
and it gives
as well,
it that stickiness which you want. A little bit of vanilla essence and a dash of cinnamon.
It's all coming together.
Mix that together.
I love cinnamon, so go for it. Give more than a dash, it's okay.
Give it a good mix. It doesn't have to be madly mixed.
Yes.
And as soon as this is melted...
Look at this multitasking action over there, from pot to bowl to pot to bowl.
And we don't really want it to get too hot, so we just pop it in.
Not.
It doesn't even have to be completely melted.
Okay. This is really fantastic. And also something that everyone can do. It's not difficult at all. It has a few steps, a few extra steps, but it's okay. It's not necessarily a difficult recipe,
Not a difficult recipe, and you can't really get it wrong. That's the best part.
Okay.
So once that's completely mixed in, we move on to pecan nuts.
All right.
So we've got some lovely pecan nuts are my favourite. And you need to use pecan nuts for this recipe. Not any other nut will do.
Okay.
I just break a couple of them in first.
Because they've got that crunch, but they're also quite soft as well.
They've got a sort of soft, oily texture, which is lovely. And then we take a little bit of our mixture.
Okay.
This could be a bit messy.
I can help you.
Can you help
me? Yes. There you go. Pop that in there.
Right.
Teamwork.
Perfect.
Nice. Ooh, that looks fantastic.
And we sort of half fill the tin. And then we add a few of these nuts, sort of in a circle, just to make it look a bit prettier.
So decadent also.
Lovely. Nice for tea and nice for dessert. Fill it up again.
Right.
And then get rid of all the stuff off the tray.
Definitely. I'll take the pecan nuts over here next
and then
to
pop
me.
it into the oven. They'll take about 20 minutes to half an hour at 160 degrees.
Lovely.
And what happens is they puff up a little bit and then they go back down. So the way to check is to make sure that they're nice and golden brown with the pastry.
Lovely. Well, before we go on to anything else, like I'm sure you all are wondering what or how do I get this recipe? All you have to do is SMS the word Selati to 33728. We'll send you your Pick n Pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, but it's also going to go a step further, because if you do SMS Selati to 33728, you automatically will be entered into our competition to win one of 5 Selati sugar hampers this week. And of course, you could be making this very, very delicious homemade pecan pie. Right, this is this. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Angie.
Yeah, to serve, we just add a little creme fraiche, which I always love, and a little extra cinnamon, which is even better.
Delicious.
And then
Well, that was Angie Boyd making us a delicious homemade pecan tart this morning. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Angie and I are going to get stuck into that really, really delicious dessert. We'll see you back after this.
The sweetness lingers longer with Selati and espresso.